What is up, bros? Me, Josh. In today's video, I'm going to go over a ship I haven't played in a while, and that is the Tier 9 German cruiser, the Roon. Now, this is actually one of my favorite Tier 9 cruisers. I think right there with the Donskoy being right up there with my favorite Tier 9 cruisers. And a ship I just don't really get to play a lot. This was requested by a viewer, and I was like, alright, I haven't played this ship in a while. Let's give it a go. Now, I've been playing a lot of the Hindenburg, the Roon's older brother at Tier 10. And this is basically just a mini Hindenburg. Now, if you guys remember a while ago, the HE, German cruisers tend to be known for its AP. And the HE on these lines actually got buffed, so the alpha damage and stuff like that actually got buffed. And all these things are just absolute monsters. So the Roon is known for having very troll armor, the German armor, the turtleback armor. Really good range, really good AA, good torpedoes, close range, good sonar, which I'm not running right now. When it comes to random battles, I tend to run AA over Hydro. And then a very, very, very accurate shells, extremely accurate shells. And it's just a ship I don't really get to play that much anymore. I don't really play it that much anymore if I'm playing tier 9s and high tiers. I've been playing a lot of destroyers recently because I feel like destroyers are kind of lacking in high tiers. Not so much the number of destroyers, but the number of destroyers, I guess, that it can carry a team. So I've been playing a lot of gunboat destroyers. But I mean, I run range mod on this. Now, normally I would run reload on random battles. I just haven't changed that, so the range on this is a bit crazy high detected. And so just that's the reason I'm able to hit this guy. So normally I would run reload module, and we'll go over my captain build and all the modules and stuff after the game. But all in all, you see a Bismarck without any camo and survivability expert. You know, he's basically a free 72,000 damage. So what are we going to do? We're going to start hitting them from 20 kilometers away, pinpoint accuracy, and we'll start burning them down for basically 6, 7, 8, 10k, whatever we're going to get for him right here. And we're going to start rolling the other way. Now, our team, now this map, I actually don't mind this map, and this is one of the maps you play all the time if you've played clan battles recently. This is a map that I don't mind, but can be played very poorly. Now, if you see everybody, now the call I believe was like A, B, I think, and A can kind of be a trap cap a little bit because everyone kind of gets stuck there. And as you can see on the map right here, the map, they kind of cause a funneling effect. So instead of having to like go through here, you have some cover coming through B with this island. And this, you're basically just focused on stuff that's blind. You're blind going in. So everybody, as you can see, even the people who spawn by C cap, instead of doing any pressure on B, which on most caps, people don't like putting any pressure on B because they're afraid. If I spawn on B, I'll gladly put pressure on it, especially if we have a destroyer in our division, which we do. But people are afraid of taking damage in this game. Our Kiev isn't right here because he's going to take 2 torps. And so people are afraid of taking damage. And so, of course, everyone is rotating this way. And as you can see, everyone, as you see enemy ships, everyone slowly goes farther and farther away because they're going to basically aim away, use their armor. And so instead of everyone hitting A and hitting B and hitting A and then continuing through, hitting B and kind of posting up and waiting, everyone just goes A, gets farther and farther away, farther and farther away, farther and farther away. That's just how this game works because people are so afraid of taking damage. So what am I going to do? Since everyone is going one way, I'm going to go the other way because we're just going to get absolutely wrecked if we don't. So you can see me, I am the lone soldier going this way, and got to do something. So our Fletcher is going to go in the mid. I think he gets kind of rocked right here by the lion that kind of appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm going to be basically the only ship going on up here. We're actually going to lose our battleship over there as well. And this map is I think a fine map. I don't mind it at all, but it is a map that can be played very poorly, and it can be very. I mean, as you can see, our entire team, besides me, the DD in my division, and the AFK DD, which doesn't have the ability to move, are the only ships, and now he's no longer AFK, are the only ships that aren't in A cap. So we're basically loading up and trying to hold down this, and the Roon does not care what kind of armor the Edinburgh has, so we're going to show him right here what we can do as a German cruiser against a Royal Navy cruiser, and perfect accuracy. There's a nice little almost one shot, almost devastating strike. One more probably full pen instead of an overpen there, and we kill him 100%. But these ships are so insanely accurate, so insanely good. The AP is amazing, and of course it just gets better with the Hindenburg. I think the Hindenburg's probably one of the best, if not the best, cruisers at tier 10. Just pure overall goodness of the ship. The ship overall is just amazing, and really have the, I don't know, it's just kind of the perfect kind of ship that you want. High rate of fire, great AA, good sonar, good torps close range, troll armor. I mean, you can just absolutely punish, and so that's what I'm going to kind of do. So right now I'm going against Edinburgh, a Bismarck, Nagato, and I'm really not too worried. Why? Because unless I just get absolutely blapped here, take a random torp, the York is kind of annoying. But I'm seeing these 4 ships over here, and I remember talking to my div mates. I'm like, I'm fine. You know, worst case scenario. The York is kind of annoying. There's a Baron over here as well, and I think there's even another Tirpitz that's even going wide. I'm not super nervous. One, I'll just get range on these guys. They're gonna have a hard time hitting me, and I can just basically burn them down. I mean, I'm almost at 90k damage already, just kind of hitting things from afar. If the Edinburgh, I catch him, this ship is so strong and so good, I don't think I'll have trouble. Unless I get an unlucky Citadel against me or something like that, I can basically just kind of burn these guys out. Like I said, the York is going to be the problem. That's what I was communicating with that, and that was a massive hit from Zumo onto that Nagato. I was like, holy heck, he just got destroyed. But the York is going to be the one that's annoying. The battleships, I'll just kite them away and just basically work them. This Nagato will get destroyed next little bit. But the York is basically the main thing because he's just shooting HG all the time. So that was the only thing I was really nervous about. Other than that, though, since I'm German cruiser, you just have that trouble. So boom, down he goes, no big deal. Start working on the Baron, and it started putting a little bit of pressure on these guys. My whole thought process was to really kind of look for a decent trade here. The Edinburgh is dead, so that we know there's the York, there's the Baron, there's a Fletcher that's on that point, and we know there's another, I think it was the Bismarck still. And I don't know if you guys got that bug right there. It looked a little crazy, and it may just be my mouse, honestly, but I don't know if that's a bug or not. But recently, all of a sudden, my mouse will get stuck, I guess, and it won't let me move. So that's why I freaked out a little bit right there. So I apologize. But really, the York is the only thing I'm super nervous about, just because he can be really annoying to start burning me down. HE versus HE. When it comes to this, HE is basically the German cruiser's worst enemy. Now you can, of course, get Citadel'd. But the Citadels tend to be from plunging fire, so max range, and I'm not too worried about a Baron long range because they're just not that accurate. So I'm going to kind of keep a decent little angle on these guys. It was the Bismarck, okay, there wasn't a Tirpitz over here. So I'm just going to keep basically broadside to that Baron right now and just kind of get as much damage as I can on that York and continue to get damage on both the Baron. Now the Baron turned broadside right here and brought his guns off of me, so I know I could kind of focus on them a little bit more and hopefully take out this York right here. I think it takes 2 salvos here. You know, already we have 4 Citadels, which we almost dev struck the York. Now this could potentially hurt a little bit right here, and I gotta be careful. 4K salvo, German armor versus German armor, and I think we snag him right here. I mean, just look how accurate the shells are. That's why I love these ships. They're just so good. So down he goes. Second kill of the game, 125k. And the Baron's still going in as well. Now the Legato's brawling with him. So we kind of started out a little weak here. Ship-wise, we started losing everybody. And basically me trying to hold down these ships has really, really helped. And as you can see, there's some nice salt in chat right there. So we traded a Baron for Nagato. Kind of sucks. But we can kind of work this out. And hopefully get this game back a little bit. So we're going to kill this guy. I want to kind of get some distance from him. I don't want to get too close. I debated going in for torps. I'm also looking for a decent trade situation because the German cruisers are extremely good. Extremely good at basically getting like a trade in close quarters. With having 2 sets of torps. Now this only has 1. The Hindenburg has 2. 1 set of torps on each side, 6 kilometers, and you can really do a massive amount of damage. So I know that the Bismarck is extremely scary within about 11 kilometers because of its secondaries. So it's almost, I wouldn't quite say suicide, but it kind of is not the best for my Roon's health. So what I'm going to do is I know the Bismarck isn't very accurate at long range. get some distance on him, start heading towards a cap, because we are starting to lose that cap game, and we're only a couple ships away. It's what, 6v4, and we're gonna kill this Bismarck, but still, they have 2 DDs. I don't know the health of our DDs that much. They still have a Fletcher and a Kagero. We have a Yugumo and a Kiev, and our Kiev is almost dead because we saw him take 2 torps earlier. So that's kind of the bummer. Now, I thought the Bismarck was potentially going to stop shooting here, but luckily he was a Bismarck that didn't have camo and survivability expert, so instead of going dark there and staying dark, he then shot. So we took, what, maybe 1,000 damage or whatever that was right there, and down he goes. So their line is doing pretty well. So we're just going to chunk him down. I'm going to head straight into that cap, and then hopefully get that Fletcher down and start working on that. So right now we're looking all right. I'm pretty convinced that we can kind of take these guys down. Yes, the DDs are going to be a little bit of a problem here, especially with the Fletcher being full life. But we have a good lead, especially after killing this guy. Our Kiev is extremely low, which sucks. Our keg isn't very healthy, but all we gotta do is basically kill that Fletcher, and we're gonna be basically solid. As you can see, the other one is kind of north of A, last spotted at least. So I think we're gonna be okay, because we're gonna get both the caps, almost all the caps, which is extremely good. Now I gotta make sure to not bump this Kiev, because he could basically die in a little bit. Now I probably could have killed this Bismarck a little bit quicker if I just shot HE here, but I was just being lazy, so that's kind of what I was doing. And this Kiev, wasn't quite sure what he was trying to do. There he goes, boom, German AP. And what I'm thinking of doing right here is I'm gonna push, if I can, push this island right here. And if I push that island, then maybe I get like a surprise on that Fletcher. But he never kept, or he never went and capped B, which our Yugumo was there. If I'm that Fletcher, I push the hell out of that Yugumo. And just kill him, 100%. So the Fletcher had a major misplay right here. A major misplay here. And we're going to watch to see if our Kiev gets into that cap, because his detection is going to be about 8 something. We can see torps right there. So we know a DD's over there. It could potentially be both. There's the Fletcher. So he should have pushed that guy so long ago. So a massive misplay by that Fletcher. I think he does end up getting the kill. But we do get some good information on where he is and his whereabouts are. So for me, it's just continuing to pump out damage. We're going to get C-cap without contention. And really another bad play by their Kagero. Now, if I'm their Kagero, he was last seen about right here. I thought he was going to put some damage on it. If there was any kind of communication that Kagero knows the Kiev is low, he can outspot the Kiev. He should know he has one of the lowest detections. And so, 1, I was looking for torps coming this way. 2, I was looking for something. But as you can see, I'm not spotted at all. So, big misplays by both of their destroyers. They basically threw the game at the end of the game. They could have easily won. Their Kagero, I don't even know what route he took. Apparently he just went took off and just completely went around. We know the Fletcher's in this cap, so we're probably never going to see him. So for me, I don't have sonar, which probably would have killed the Fletcher right here, but I do know generally he's right there. But I would have killed him if I would have had sonar. I don't run it with normal builds, and probably if I had that, I would have been able to kill him as well. So there's their Kagero. Still, no torps shot at us, no torps anywhere. I don't know what these guys are really doing. I didn't want to push these guys, although they're both low. I knew I kind of had to play. So now I'm kind of looking, 1, to just kind of wait here. My plane will spot this Fletcher, so I didn't want to push into that cap because that would have freaked the destroyers out. They have no idea where I am right now. They have no idea. I don't even think they even know where Izumo is. So, and right now, and there I'm spotted right there, so I'm going to get a couple hits on him right here. And honestly, if I was the Hindenburg, I probably would have killed him right there with the extra gun. But we snagged him a little bit, so now things know where I am. Torps are coming out, and torps are spotted. So we're in a really good spot. The Fletcher is super low. And one thing I want to do is try to figure out where that Kagero is. And if I can figure out where that Kagero is, I can then push and get some good damage on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to push right into this smoke and kind of figure out exactly where the Kagero is. So as you guys know, with the recent smoke changes, if you are in smoke, and of course our Kiev got killed, so that's great. The smoke changes, if you shoot in smoke, you have a higher detectability than just not getting spotted at all. So there is an X range, and I think I even click on it. I don't know if you'll see it in the replay, but I clicked on to see what the range is for the Roon. So the Roon is going to have a set range that it will get spotted if it sits in smoke. So I shot and I was not spotted. So I knew that Kagero wasn't behind me. I knew the Fletcher wasn't behind me. So I knew I could sit in the smoke and just kind of farm this line without getting punished. You know, I knew he wasn't basically behind me, like right there. So I'm looking around, and so there, you know, at least one of them's on A cap, and we get some time to kind of work on this line as well. Kegs, Torps, that had to be Kegs, Torps right there. So we know the Keg is over by the Turpits, and our Turpits is basically just tanking right now for us. And I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can with our Zumo in this short little Russian smoke. If we kill this line, though, this line is basically the only thing that's really done anything for this team late game. We can kind of just work on that. So I figured I would just push in close right here. As long as that Turpit's ended up taking like 4 Torps or something right there. So it was kind of a bummer. And a big hit from our Zumo, I think, was coming. Oh, he bracketed a bunch of those. But I figured I could just kind of get greedy on this guy and get close, and we'll just use those German Torps, push right into B, and then we're basically GG. So I think the Turpits end up showing perfect broadside, and I think this is the hit that almost kills them. Not quite. So switching AP right here, and we're just going to get aggressive. 6 kilometers is the Torp range, and just trying to take them out. So our Turpits, I believe, is going down just from getting burnt. And I showed probably a little more of a broadside than I should have. He ends up getting a pretty decent hit on me, and 13k. So we have a little bit of time. Our Zumo should be able to finish him off, and boom, right there. High alpha damage from the shell. So our Turpits was a good distraction. We took down their Lion, so down goes him. And again, I'm not detected. I don't know where these destroyers were going. I don't know if they were like working together, just wanted to get the cap XP or what, but those destroyers could have absolutely obliterated the Azumo and I, having one capping, whatever one, and then just have the Kagero just go spot everything. I'm just super not detected. It blew my mind. So they have the cap, advantage. We have the point advantage by over 100 points. And really, what I'm going to do right now is just hug the hell out of this island and kind of post up defensively right here. So, one, I know the Fletcher has like 1,000 life. I know the Kagero has about 2,000, 3,000, so I know it's pretty close. I was thinking maybe I get cheeky here with some Torps and maybe hit them right there. So I figured I'm going to post up in B cap, start capping it. I have a plane in 30 seconds, and if they push behind me, I'll know it's coming from the plane. If they push to this channel, I'll have it set up so I can shoot the guns, so the surface spot will just get them. Worst case scenario for me is if they both go top side of B and I'm just not detected and there's no real information that they're going that way besides just them not being spotted going this way or coming through the channel. So if they go this way or in front of me over here, that's basically worst case scenario. So I'm going to kind of post up here if I can, get in a good defensive position and just try to get a little greedy because up goes the plane. We're basically going to get a spot as soon as possible. And boom, there we go. He got greedy, basically just signed his death. I mean, you're not with a Roon, you're not going to miss that shot. Again, I'm not spotted, so the Kagero wasn't following behind, and the Kagero is basically just going to hide. So that's basically it. Although the Kagero was a little bit behind him, so I remember he's going to pop up here just briefly, and so I wanted to keep moving. I didn't want to stop because even if he's driving through here, we can't get torped. I think we just barely see him. So he's like right here. I think he gets spotted, or I think about right here by the plane once it goes around right there. So there's a Kagero. His Torp's going to come through. They're spotted by my plane. The island ate a chunk of them anyway. So it's basically just a GG, a close win. 4 kills, 188,000 damage. We almost dev struck that freaking Edinburgh, the Tier 8 Royal Navy cruiser. And that's basically a GG. The Roon is a ship I hadn't played in a long time, and man, do I miss it. This thing is just awesome. Again, I've been playing the Hindenburg, its older brother at Tier 10, a lot. And, of course, that thing is just an absolute beast. Probably the best Tier 10 cruiser in the game right now, just by how much damage output it can do at such a long range. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good win on the Roon. and hope you guys are enjoying that line. The line is insane. The middle of that line is kind of mediocre, with the York and the Hipper, I think, but still, light at the end of the tunnel. Those ships are great, high tiers, and you guys will definitely enjoy them. So that is it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.